Welcome to the ClassyCast. This is Michael, and I am joined by James and Ty, and we're trying something new today. This is...
Yeah.
Wait, what were we calling it?
I don't actually...
I don't even know what we're calling it. We're probably going to end up
We're going to just call it the Game Club because it's a play on book club. We're just going to play through a game or talk about a game that we've already all played and talk about what makes it good or what makes it fun to us.
Exactly.
There you go. You summed it up way better than I did, I think, because I used 2 paragraphs to sum it up.
Direct, son.
We do have a pseudo script for this time, but normally it wouldn't be scripted at all. But we have a pseudo script that basically outlines what we're doing since it's our first trial. So
yeah, we're brand new to this, so having a little bit of direction is a good thing, I think.
yeah, so this should be more structured than our podcast, which was terrible.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
We need a lot of direction in our lives. All of
Anyways,
us do.
First game on the chopping block. Or if you wanna call it
Minecraft!
that. Yeah, Minecraft. So
We're talking about Minecraft.
yeah, Ty's excited.
Yeah, Ty, you can tell Ty's really excited about this one.
Ty's extremely excited. Yeah, so I've been playing Minecraft forever. Like the first time I played it was all the way back in alpha, and it looked terrible. And I was like, this game's not going anywhere. And now it's one of the biggest things in the world. And yeah, I don't play it very often, but that's that.
I started playing around alpha as well. I picked it up immediately after that free weekend they have whenever the servers went down. I heard everybody talking about it. I picked it up, and I've been playing it just about every day since.
I joined late alpha, played it for like 20 minutes, thought it was shit. Still play it to this day because it's absolute shit unless it's modded.
So as we can see, Ty likes it modded. So I think how we're going to do this is we're going to go through some general sections just so that everyone knows. I'm more saying this for us just so that we get a refresher real quick. Basically, we're going to go gameplay, graphics, and game feel and conclusion so that guys know. Anyway, so gameplay. I personally think the gameplay sucks. I like building in it, but that's pretty much it. Like hitting things with swords feel really, really bad. And that's my conclusion.
I wholeheartedly agree with that assessment for vanilla. I think they're improving though. They're what is it? The swords. They're improving combat. They're trying to give a little more weight to things, and they're adding a little more depth to the gameplay. They added stuff to the end, so they're improving. But it's still not quite there, I don't think.
Everything in Minecraft is shit except for the movement.
I would actually 100% or 110% agree with that, because I will admit the Minecraft movement actually feels 100% fluid, but the actual like combat is terrible, and the building feels kind of loose, as in you can place a block like 10 feet away. It feels really
the combat is pretty terrible. The building is, I mean, it's cool that it allows you to do whatever you want, and that's kind of what made it big. But to me, the best part about it is the movement, because people like make all these parkour maps, and like the amount of refinement to the that we figured out for the movement is fantastic.
There's something about sprinting and jumping in Minecraft.
I remember when they added sprinting.
Right. Yes, that was the best day ever.
It was also they added XP and it had no purpose yet.
I think that the best thing they did actually was not just add sprinting, but here recently they added a dedicated key to sprinting. Before, you had to do it by double tapping W. Now they have I think by default it's control. I switch.
It's either control or alt.
It's control.
Yeah, it's control by default, and it just made everything better because you don't have to do a little hop before you fucking start running full speed, and it just makes the game feel awesome. And that's why I think you have all those parkour maps, and I think that speaks to the way movement works in Minecraft. Is that it feels good.
We should also bring up the creative mode, because the creative mode, the flying around and stuff like that, is actually really fluid as well.
Yeah,
I've been building a lot in creative, and it actually feels really, really nice. Combat still sucks.
I do enjoy creative mode. I love just building stuff. I'm a creative guy, and the way they make it feel is good. Just like whenever you stop moving, there's a little bit of you can a little bit of momentum there. You keep moving a little bit after you press the button, and it makes it but it's not too much, right? and so it just feels right.
It feels
right.
It's nice and polished in that respect.
Yes.
Don't they just use the swimming code except without the movement penalties?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Probably. Well, their swimming is polished.
I wasn't saying it wasn't.
No, swimming in Minecraft is not polished at all.
Don't worry. Placing a torch underwater totally gives you breath, guys. Trust me, I tried it in real life. It worked.
That does work still, doesn't it?
It does.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, so I think that's kind of our conclusion on the gameplay aspect. Is like creating stuff's fun, and moving around it is fun. Fighting zombies and spiders, not so fun.
Left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, back out.
Again,
back up,
they're
left
improving
click,
that, but
click,
we'll
left
touch
click.
on that later.
Yeah, we'll touch on that later. Anyway, so I think the combat looks okay though. Not really, I'm lying. Everything just kind of jumps around, as in the animations suck too. But
well, I mean, there's only so much you can do with the character models. I feel like they should increase the number of joints in the character models, and that would improve the animations.
Yes, like those animated things that they do with Minecraft all the time.
Yeah.
But that kind of moves me to the aesthetic, as in I really, really like the aesthetic. I just wish the animations were better.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic. I think everybody wants to bitch at Minecraft for its graphics, because in all reality, the graphics suck. It's not a technically impressive game on a visual level.
Well, it's in JavaScript, so yes, it is. But
well, okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. But but I think the aesthetic works for it. I think in the nature of it being a blocky game, voxel based, I think having the pixel art graphics goes a long way towards kind of solidifying the visual style for it.
To be honest, I don't think it would be a success without that art style.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
If they tried to do something more serious and stuff like that, or if they tried to be EverQuest Next, whatever the hell they ended up calling that bullshit game that they kind of stole everyone's money with, they would have kind of alienated a large crowd, as in it wouldn't have looked as child-friendly or wouldn't have looked as polished, because although the aesthetic makes it so the graphics are not technically impressive, it's still impressive, as in it has an aesthetic to it, and it's instantly recognizable, and a lot of people have tried copying it and they fail. Like terribly.
It's a very solid art style too. Like all the pixel art for like all the items and everything is very consistent. It wasn't always that way, but it is now.
No, it was not always that way.
No.
I remember Alpha, it was literally white and black box, and then they had a spider enemy, and that was pretty much it. I think there was zombies too. I think I played it when they added zombies in, but yeah, basically, it did not look great for a long time, and I think they ended up getting some artists to help with that or something like that.
Junk Boy.
I do want to mention the audio design is actually pretty good too. Like, it sounds like a good game too.
I distinctly remember when they added rain, and I remember hearing the first time it rained, and living here in Texas, we get some pretty torrential downpours, right? And it reminded me of that, just the sound, and I think they did it right, especially with like the thunder and lightning going off while it's raining. That has stuck with me.
Yeah, and being able to hear like creatures through walls and things like that, and while that's not 100% realism, like because Minecraft's so real, but it adds like this element of, I hear zombies in my cave, where are they coming from? And you'll like start digging through walls and trying to find them. So like that actually kind of ties into the gameplay, and that's actually one of the things that's actually good about gameplay. So that good audio design actually adds to the gameplay, which is unique. A lot of games don't end up doing that.
Yeah. Ty, what do you think?
I have no comments on the graphics or the audio design.
That was a great input to the discussion. Thank you.
They are mediocre at best. The audio quality is interesting only in the fact of how it's implemented.
Well, I still remember my first few moments with Minecraft and the cave noises in particular. The sporadic random cave noises creeped the fuck out of me.
That's
because you're down there in a deep dark cave and you're like, oh my god, what's going on?
That's the main thing that I would mention with the audio quality, but then you like pull it out of that like feeling and you're just like, that is a train.
Yeah, it's very context sensitive, I feel like. The sound design from Minecraft is not not brilliant at all. They're slowly improving it. Like they added a bunch of new sounds here recently, and they have in the past, adjusted and changed sounds. But I can't say that any of them in particular are mind-blowing in any sense of the word. There's nothing really that stands out, save for maybe the dragon, the Ender Dragon sounds.
I don't even remember what that sounds like, actually. I fought the Ender Dragon like 3 times, and that's it.
It's so weird because the dragon sounds so good, and it stands out as a result.
There's
like,
only
wait a second. That sound doesn't fit.
It's too good.
Yeah, the dragon audio quality stands out, and then the sound design for ghasts stands out to me as well.
Yeah, the C418's cat.
Yep.
It's cat. Yeah, the Nether. I remember going to the Nether the first time, hearing all the gas. It's fucking terrifying. Just creepy as shit. Now it's just annoying.
I remember I punched a pig. That was a bad idea. Yeah, so I think that overall, like, this is kind of going into game feel. Like, Minecraft's one of those games that feels right, but, like, it's not technically impressive in any way, shape, or form. And it's actually quite surprising in that tone to where all these AAA devs are always trying to go, like, this big rush. And obviously, Minecraft's been out for a while. We're really, really late on this video. Whatever. Shoot me for it. But basically, it's so weird that a game like Minecraft is still so successful on such a low-tech basis. And I mean, it's written in Java, which is a terrible language for writing video games, especially generated video games when it's constantly compiling all this data for no reason whatsoever. Terrible language. I'm going to shoot them for it, vocally, obviously, not physically. That would be terrible. No threats.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I believe the Windows 10 edition of the game and the Xbox edition and, the console versions and the Pocket Edition,
they run in C++.
They run in C++, not Java. And that is a good thing. It's a good thing, and it's a terrible thing at the same time, because all of the mods that make the Java game worth playing, for me anyway, absolutely do not work with any other version of the game.
Because they're written in Java.
Yep. Yeah.
They're written to compile with the game.
Yep.
They're not pre-compiled. I do say that the C++ version runs freaking amazing. Like, I was reaching like 500 FPS on that thing. I'm like,
yes.
What? Like, how? Like, that's possible?
Well,
like,
it impresses
that many out.
Well, like, I remember Minecraft running like shit, and even, like, I play modded a lot, so, frame rate's still shit. But, like, you'll load it up on something like an iPad or an iPhone or the Xbox or whatever, and it still runs at a good clip. Like, I'm really surprised at how well the performance is for a procedurally generated game like that. I'm surprised it runs as well as it does.
Well, that goes back to the graphics, really. Like, it's not a technically impressive game, so they're actually able to offload a lot of that space. And even on, like, iPhones and stuff like that, they do compress the data. And so it's using very, very limited resources on the actual graphics of the game. They're using everything for the AI and generation. And so it's actually quite impressive. And they also use blocks differently in the C++ version as well.
It's still so fucking loaded, though. Like,
probably.
I love the modded version. I love the mods for the game and that's part of the whole thing of me being an engineer versus a architect. I am highly about function over form. Give me machines and I will figure out how to make them work, and I will figure out how to make them work optimally. So for me, vanilla Minecraft just doesn't really feel good to me. It has
no depth.
It feels like, oh, I can build a house. What do I do now? Oh, you go get diamonds. What do I do now? Oh, you go to the end. Well, whole lot of linearity there. And everyone's like, well, make something. I'm like, all the tools that I have to make something are absolute shit, especially when I was playing.
Well, I'll say, in vanilla, once you get iron, you're basically at end game, because there's literally nothing stopping you from doing anything else in the game at that point. There's no real depth. There's no reason to go after and kill the Ender Dragon, because, like, what do you get for it?
You get the glory.
You get credits rolling.
You get the dragon egg, and now you get the elytra, the glider wings.
Well, they
which
have
actually
new
look
bosses
really
and
fucking
stuff
cool.
like that. So there are, like, different goals that they're adding over time.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I feel like it's kind of one of those games to where I just play it to chill. And I've built some really cool stuff. Like I built an entire underwater mansion and shit like that. Like I've built some pretty cool things in there. And I'm one of those people, I'm an artist, and so I love to build and create. Now, I'm kind of in the point to where I'm building my own games and stuff like that, and so I don't really like playing Minecraft anymore that much. I play around with it though, but like when I want to just chill and break some blocks, I'll play something like that or another game like it. Like I play a lot of Starbound and stuff like that, so there is that sort of thing. But that's kind of like my conclusion of it, is just kind of like, it's a fun game to create and play in, but it doesn't have depth for like gaming. Like it's not a very good game in itself, but it's a great tool and great social
vanilla
aspect.
Vanilla Minecraft is a terrible game in the traditional sense, but it is a wonderful one in almost a quasi MMO kind of thing. One of my first experiences was playing on the Reddit PvE server, and being able to play the game with that many people changes how you play it. It becomes a much more social experience. You build towns and cities, and because it's fun to do that with your friends, it's fun to get creative feedback, and everybody's just building upon what everybody else builds on, right? And that's where the fun comes in, at least for me, for vanilla. That is mods, again, different story, but we'll save that chat for another day. But I had quite a bit of fun with vanilla back in the day, just because of the social aspect. Being able to,
when I played on servers, I actually did a lot of trading and stuff like that. We'd be like, hey, I'm literally building this giant house made of completely out of wood. I'll trade you all this like 500 iron I have for all the wood you have. And I did that a lot. And even when it was like on Xbox, because I did have the Xbox version as well, like we'd be on the same server and be like building our own things, and we'd be like, hey, I need this resource, and they'd actually go out and get it for you, and you get them something. It's like, it's a cool like friendship sort of thing, even with strangers sometimes. Although PvP servers, I never play on them because everyone just steals your shit.
And PvP in Minecraft is fucking stupid anyway.
I was about to mention the fact that I never asked for anything. I simply took what I wanted.
Yeah, Ty's the one that played on the PvP server. What did you think of the PvP side of things?
Fucking terrible. Like, it absolutely is, because it quickly becomes a game of, alright, so you stole this from me, so I'm going to retaliate, and I'm going to retaliate because you retaliated, and it just never fucking ends.
And then you just jump and left click a bunch, and
it becomes a revenge.
One of them falls over.
Actually, some of the most fun in PvP servers is not actually the combat itself, it's setting traps to lure people into.
Yes.
Such as piston locking them in places and just managing to create unescapable traps.
Yep.
I remember making death traps to where it was a piston, and I would always be like, hey buddy, dude, I need some wood in here again. Because I'd be like building his house or something like that. And I'd set up at the door to where there's just a piston that goes straight into a wall, and it would kill him every time.
The really scummy thing to do was when they first introduced sneaking.
AKA shift, so you don't fall off blocks and kill yourself when you're building towers for no reason.
Yep, in case someone did not know what that was. It hides your player name over your character model on servers, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they turn it off.
Unless they turn it off, which PvP servers don't.
Yeah.
So what you would do is, if you specifically wanted to get back at one person for being an absolute dick, you would just sneak and follow them back to their house until they logged out, find where they logged out, surround them with 7 layers of obsidian, surround them with 7 layers of lava, and then create a glass building around that, and just kind of go back to your house and enjoy your life.
Yep.
It's like, that guy's fucked. Ha ha ha. That's the end of it. I don't see where the pleasure is in that.
It's called fuck you. Like, legitimately, it's not. There's no pleasure. There's no pleasure in it, like, from you specifically, so much as it's pleasure at, you fucked with me, now I'm gonna fuck with you so much that you quit.
Yeah. I fucked with you, you fucked with me, and now I'm gonna fuck with you so much to where you don't ever want to play this game ever again. I win, motherfucker.
Yep.
So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Those are our conclusions.
That's about it, yeah. I think it'd be cool to eventually do something video talking about mods and whatnot, because obviously, we have a lot of experience with that.
Tekken.
People who are watching this video, make sure to leave a comment and tell us if we should end up doing the next one on mods, because I think this worked.
or
Yeah,
we can do
for
the next
sure.
one.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, unless you hated it and then hit that dislike button and tell us how bad we are or something like that. I don't know.
Tell
If
me
there's a
that I'm
game you
wrong.
guys want us to cover as well, if you want to hear our opinions on a certain game, let us know in the comments, and we'll see what we can do.
I want to cover Dragon's Dogma.
I won't have it at release. I'm so sad. Wait, hold on. I probably could. We're going to talk about that afterwards. Sorry, people, you won't hear that. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been the ClassyCast of Michael, James, and Ty. I probably should have said my name last so I don't sound selfish. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave us some more comments on stuff and tell us how this went.
You're a
Reading
selfish
off of the
bitch.
script so I sound like robot.
Keep
Anyways.
it classy.
See you guys later. Keep it
Later.
classy like James said.